Welcome back to another Film Geek movie review. Here in just a bit, I am off to check out the latest in the Scream franchise, Scream 6. Guys, I am loving where this franchise is going. I didn't get a chance to see Scream 5 when it came out in theaters, so I just actually got to watch it here recently on Paramount Plus, and I loved it. I really enjoy where this franchise is headed. I've always been a fan of the Scream franchise. I love how it's extremely self-aware and meta, and I really enjoy where they're taking it now. I like the fact that they're kind of lambasting all of these retcon movies, like the Halloween series, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then you think they're going to do it with Scream 5 with the Scream franchise, but they don't. They keep the continuity going. They just make you feel like they're going to do that because that's just the new trend in horror. So here we are, Scream 6. So what is the plot of Scream 6? Well, like every Scream movie, someone has put on the ghost face mask again and they're out killing people. Except this time they're taking it out to a more urban environment because they're going to be in New York City instead of the burbs. And I am looking forward to this because as someone who is an urbanite myself, I like the idea that the setting is a city because, yeah, let's face it, it's a little different in the city than the suburbs, okay? Some of the things that might bother you a lot, because you might be in the suburbs and you're like, there's a dude in a black robe and a white ghost face walking around, that's kind of weird, but in the city you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, so there's a dude walking around with a ghost face mask on. What about it? So I'm looking forward to how this series is going to work in a city. Plus, you know, there's a lot more people around. The kill count could be a lot higher. It looks like there's going to be a lot more set pieces in this film. So I'm really excited to see if they're taking it onto a much grander scale. I mean, that whole scene in the trailer where they're on the subway, ooh, that looks like it's going to be tense. Okay, so enough of me sitting here jibber-jabbering my brains out. It's time for me to get out the door because I got to get to, not only is it just the Scream 6, but we're going to the 3D Scream 6 fan affair, or fan event. So I got to go, guys, because I might be late. Thanks again. I'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, just getting home, and you know what, guys? Oof, this movie was fun. I had a great time. I enjoyed this film from beginning to end. There was no real bad moments for me. I would say that there is one negative on the film, and I'm going to get to that in just a moment, but all in all, everything was awesome. I really enjoyed this movie from beginning to end. Okay, so that one negative, the one thing that I think that people might find a little annoying about this film is it does get a little draggy. Now, I didn't mind because the slow points were points where they did a lot of story development, a lot of character development, and a lot of things of that sort, but it does tend to get a little draggy. There's some points where you're like, okay, come on, let's really pick this up, let's keep going. And then it just kind of keeps going along with the more background and things of that sort, which is fine. I enjoyed it, but I could definitely see where somebody else would really not enjoy all of that. Okay, so now let's move into the positives. As I said, this movie is fun with a capital F. This film is outstanding. I really enjoyed it. I couldn't stop smiling through the entire thing. And I don't mean that in a sick, weird way. I mean that in a wow, I'm on a really fun roller coaster kind of ride way. This film was just as good as 5. It has the same type of elements, the same really good meta, self-aware moments, but in a very updated for film today kind of way. They keep saying requels, which is cool. I like that because of the whole, like, we're going to try this again. We're going to do a requel. So in this one, of course, they still keep that whole idea going. So what happens when you get a good requel and you make another requel? Well, things have to be bigger, the stakes have to be higher, and legacy characters don't really matter. And this movie plays on those tropes completely and outstanding. I enjoyed it so much. The acting in this film is really well done. There was no real standout characters. I would say that everybody in this film did an equally good job. The story is also very outstanding. It keeps you guessing till the very end on who is the new Ghostface. That's the thing I love about Ghostface, is that you don't have to worry about why Ghostface is back. Ghostface is always somebody different each time, and that's what makes Ghostface such a really cool slasher. And of course, the environment that Ghostface is in, this time with the more urban environment, it works so well. It does amp up the intensity. It makes the stakes seem a lot higher. There is a higher kill count. There is a lot of layers to things that are happening in this film. It was great. I really enjoyed it. As I said too, the legacy characters in this film, like the trope of the requels, they don't matter so much. They're there just to kind of keep you interested, you know? In the first movies, those legacy characters are set up to kind of bring all the old fans back in. They served their purpose from the first movie, so what good are they in the second movie? So the stakes are a lot higher, and it really shows in this film. So yes, a really great use of legacy characters in this movie. So you know what's great about this is this is the 6th film in the franchise, and yes, there are a couple of the movies that you can say are hit and miss, but all in all, this franchise has done a great job of staying fresh and not stagnating. We are on number 6, folks. Some franchises have gone to space by now, and Ghostface is still down here kicking it in the streets, and I dug this. I really hope that this is giving new life to the franchise, and we're going to see more movies after this one. And you know, I can't give any spoilers, okay? Let's just say that everything is a big surprise in this movie. It does an excellent job of keeping you guessing till the very end. So guys, look, here's the thing. So I've really enjoyed these newer Scream films, and if you're a fan of the Scream genre or slashers, I know you're going to go see this movie in theaters. So this is for the folks that are a little on the fence. Now, this is a sequel to the number 5. My suggestion is watch 5 first and then go check this movie out in theaters. Check out 6 while it's there. You do kind of need to see number 5 in order to really understand some of the things that happen in this movie. Just a little bit. The movie does do a good job of going back and explaining some key points from 5, but my advice is, if you are not a fan of slasher films, but you do like a good psychological thriller, I think these movies will work for you, but definitely go see 5 first. It's on Paramount. Check it out. Then go to the theaters as soon as you humanly can and check out Scream 6. Now, I don't know where the year is going to go from here on out, but as it stands right now, I would say this may be the horror movie that gets talked about a lot this year. All right, well, that's all I have for you guys. Go out, see Scream 6. If you haven't seen 5, check it out first on Paramount. No, I am not being sponsored by Paramount. Plus, it's just where it is, and I want this franchise to keep going, so I'm just supporting the film, not the platform it's on. Okay, anyways, thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me a old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you could do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.